Guys, Raymond here. Wanted to make a quick video. As you can see, I'm dressed up. Got another meeting tonight. This video, I wanted to make to address situations regarding my health. Last week I made a video where I said I was concerned about my health when I because, you know, I had blood on one of my stools. And, there were people, including Burgo Triad, it basically told me not to look at that one and just instantly assume that you have cancer. But the reason why I made that assumption was because that's what I've been told. If you have blood that's in your stool, that's a sign of cancer. Doesn't matter what type. That, again, this is what I was told. So, naturally, hearing that, I would panic, thinking, oh my God, I'm dealing with cancer now. But over the course of the time, over the few days leading up to today, whenever I had a bowel movement, I did not see any blood, which obviously means that I'm okay, which is good. That's what we want, we wouldn't want to wish cancer on anybody, or, I think in my family that were, at least on my dad's side, it's pretty much forbidden. Because my dad's mom and all his aunts died of some form of cancer. Whether it was lung, brain, stomach, whatever, you name it. They all died of some form of cancer. Having said that, but for me, if it's not one thing, it's another. I was dealing with worrying about the blood in my stool. Over the course of the weekend, up until yesterday, I was having cramps in my left arm. And I wondered, okay, what's the cause of this one now? What did I do? How did I, cause this to hurt? Just the slightest movement, my arm would hurt. And I had mentioned in previous videos where I took care of a lady for 16 years. She had 3 rotacup surgeries. And I remember one time telling her, I can't move my arm because, I wonder if I tore a rotacup. And she said to me, if you tore your rotacup, you wouldn't be able to move your arm at all. So I was able to move my arm, I could move my hands, obviously, so it was just probably a mild sprain. As if that wasn't enough, every time I try to get up from wherever I'm sitting, I feel a sharp pain in my hips. More so on my right side than it is on my left. I mean, I'm feeling on both sides, but sharpest is on the right. In 2 weeks' time, well, February 11th, that's a Tuesday, I have to go for an injection for my hips. This will be my 3rd injection at the hip since September. 3rd one. So, trying to get that taken care of. But that's what's going on with me. Now I'm just thinking about how I can try to lose some weight. I'm over I'm above the 220 mark. I'm not saying that shamefully. When I was a kid, I used to get frustrated when I couldn't reach 100 pounds. And then I remember when I finally cracked it, I was like, okay, now I want to shoot for 200. I didn't want to go above that. But that was a mistake itself, because my weight ballooned at one time. The highest I've ever had was a 247. So when I got weighed last week, when I paid a visit to the doctor to do a follow-up on, the ablation, radio frequency ablation I had it done on my back. I told the doctor, about my hip, but I had to follow up with that. And he asked me how that was holding up, and he noticed I wasn't walking without a cane, but when I was there, I got weighed, and I don't trust these, meters, that tells you the weight, because I don't think they're accurate, but one said that at one point said I was 238, and then another point said 234, so I don't really know how much I weigh, because that thing just bounces up and down. It's not like when you go to a doctor's office where they use manual weight scales. But I know I'm over 200 pounds. That's not, any concern to me. But it could explain the problems with my back. Even though I'm only in my 40s, but you're never too young to have those kind of problems, as I learned. There have been times where I walk over with a hunchback. Just lean over as I'm walking. But since I had that radio frequency ablation done on my back, I've been able to walk and stand straight up, which is good. That's what they wanted. But I had to take it easy for a few days. The doctor did not take me off my pain medication, which I thought he was going to do that, but he didn't. So, I think when it comes to taking a narcotic, you can't just cut somebody off cold turkey, because they can go into withdrawals and then you die from it. Withdrawals can kill you. The doctor did say he could legally stop me right then and there, but he said he wasn't. He didn't think that would be in my best interest to do that, which I appreciate, looking at my concerns, his concerns about, being concerned about me, which I appreciate, but that's what I thought. I'm not addicted to it, I don't get addicted to it, but I just know that narcotics is not something you can just quit cold turkey, I don't think. They're called narcotics for a reason. And so it's just not something where you can just stop taking overnight. I think you have to be weaned off of it. At one time I used to take 3, but now it's down to, it's been down to 2 a day since my days I was living in Florida before I moved to here, Ohio. So, this is my second video of the day of Wednesday, January 22nd, 2020. It kind of feels weird saying 2020. It's always like 2001, 2002, then when you get up to the 10s, it's like 2010, 2011, 2012, or 2010, 2011, 2012. But to say 2020, that it just feels weird saying that. But it'll take to get used to it. The next year will be 2021, but whatever, So I will see you on the next video, whenever that may be. So I gotta end it here. See you in the next video. Peace. Get this thing to stop.